Welcome to Unhinged with A&M. My name's Ari.
My name's Miranda.
It's so nice to see everybody.
Back again,
Back
episode
again.
2. Yay.
We've gotten so much good feedback,
So much good feedback. It's amazing to me how many people listen to the first episode.
Yeah, I agree.
We're so very grateful. Thank you, everyone
Thank you so
who's
much.
listened so far.
I think we have like 30 listens on Spotify and like 20 listens on YouTube.
I think it's more than that now.
Yeah, I think I checked a few days ago and it was like 30 on Spotify.
Let me look because it's 31 on Spotify.
31, let's go.
And on YouTube, we're also at 4 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, heck yeah.
We are at 44 views on YouTube.
I love it.
So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. You guys are amazing.
Well, this topic is going to be sizzling today. So, today's topic is, would we unsituation our situationships?
Dang, what a title.
We started talking about this, and we literally told each other, shut up. We need to talk about this on the podcast.
This wasn't our original plan for episode 2, but we literally can't shut up about it. That we're like, okay, that's it. It's time.
Yeah. So
already.
So Miranda, you've been in more situationships than me.
What a call out.
What? I only say that because I only have one, and that's currently.
That's fair. Yeah, I haven't had that many, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had 2 kind of, I had one like for sure in college. I had like a second one in college. They were like back to back. The first one was like a rebound situationship kind of deal because JB, if you remember him from the last episode, JB and I had only been broken up for like a month. And then I immediately started talking to this guy. And I like immediately realized I was like, I'm actually not that into them. And I genuinely felt really, really bad because, we were getting along. Things were spicy.
Were cooking.
But then I realized I was like, crap, I don't actually have feelings for this guy. He's 100% a rebound. I need to just focus on myself because I had just gotten out of a 2-year-long relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And so I told him, and I was like, hey, so I feel horrible, but I actually don't like you like that. And let's just stay friends. And he was like totally cool about it at first, but then he wasn't respecting boundaries and kept like texting me things that I was not comfortable with. And I kept having to tell him, I'd be like, buddy, I already told you I don't actually like you like that. Can we,
Can we put on our ears and use them?
And each time he'd be like, no, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. But then he would immediately do it again. And so I ended up having to ghost him.
I don't even consider like a real ghosting at that point because you put your boundaries there and he continuously went over them.
Yeah, that's true. But no, I did. I just deleted him off of everything and we stopped talking. I think he's married now though.
Ew.
Which, I mean, no, good for him. I hope he found somebody.
Well, like, I don't know. I just say ew because, if he didn't respect your boundaries, do you think he's grown and respects her? Like, I don't know. We don't know. But
we don't know.
That's what I think about when I hear an ex got married. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I don't even know if I necessarily consider him an ex. I don't think it would have ever worked out between us anyways because he was like definition of a gym rat. If he wasn't in classes or in his dorm, he was at the gym and he would always talk about how he would spend like 5 hours every single day just at the gym. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
I will spend like an hour and a half if it's a slow day, but.
And I'm like, get those gains. But like, he wasn't even an athlete. He wasn't on any of UNC sports teams.
Was he actually buff though? Like.
He was kind of scrawny. He was like really tall though.
Oh, but not like, you didn't see the gains
not
as much as you would see like on a firefighter, for example, like who have to like show those gains every day.
Yeah, no, I don't know. But that was very short-lived. It was like maybe a month because I started talking to him. I think I probably actually started talking to him the same week that JB and I broke up.
That's 100% rebound.
100% a rebound. It only lasted a couple of weeks.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, okay, I need to focus on myself for a bit. And then comes the next one. Maybe a month after that one.
Oh my goodness. Girly Pop didn't listen to her inner
okay, listen, this one wasn't as serious, right?
Okay.
Like, from the very beginning, he was already on a break with his current relationship, and he didn't think it was going to work out, which, looking back at it, I'm like,
Probably
maybe
should have gone to a guy who is actively on a break.
Yeah, because I don't know if they were, like, actively trying to work things out, which, okay, more on that here in a bit. But we started talking. He used to work at the nerd store here in town. And I don't remember. Oh, no, I remember how we met. I used to work for the UNC newspaper. And I did an article 1 month about Bears for Bernie Sanders. And he ran the group on campus called Bears for Bernie. And when I interviewed him, JB and I were still together. So, like, nothing right away. But that summer that JB and I broke up, for whatever reason, this guy and I, we, like, reconnected somehow. I don't remember how. But, like, he started hanging out with me in my friend group because a lot of the guys in my friend group would go hang out at the nerd store a lot. And he was actively on a break with his then girlfriend. He came over. We had, like, a game night at my apartment with all of our friends. And we, like, stepped outside to go take a fresh air break because I was like, I was intoxicated. I was like, I need some fresh air. It's a warm summer night. I'm going to go outside. And he joined me. And he ended up kissing me while we were outside.
Ooh, so she's getting some.
And it was immediately like both of us like, oh my God, we probably shouldn't do this because he was on a break with his then girlfriend. I was still fresh out of a relationship.
And you just got out of a rebound too.
That too.
After.
Yep. And so I was like, I don't want a relationship. Not ready for that. Fast forward a couple of weeks later, him and his girlfriend ended up just breaking it off entirely. Like, they break up. And we start talking again. And we're both, like, on the same page. We're like, neither of us want anything serious. Like, something more casual, But it was very, like, on and off again for 8 months, the situationship with him. And I feel like I learned a lot from this one. Like, what kind of communication I need in a relationship.
And what kind do you need?
Communication. Like,
the basic standards of any relationship. Just communicate.
Just communicate with me, because he would sometimes just, like, disappear off the face of the earth. And I would ask him sometimes, I'm like, where do you see you and I going in the future? Especially once we hit that, like, 3-4 month mark of us talking to each other. I was like, where do you see us going? And he would do the whole standard generic, like, I don't know. I mean, maybe a relationship someday, but, like, not right now.
These loosey-goosey terms.
Yeah,
maybe,
and, like, I was at a point, too, where I was like, okay, whatever. I'm not looking for anything super serious right now anyways.
Yeah.
So I just continued to kind of go with it a little bit. And so, yeah, I don't know. Eventually we hit about the 7th, 8th month mark. And I was at a point and I was like, okay, I kind of, like, really like this guy. We've been talking for a while. And I asked him again. I'm like, where do you see this going between us? And even 8 months later, after we started talking, it was the same generic, maybe. I don't know. And so at that point, I was like, okay, well then I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I don't want casual. So I cut things off with him. And then he kept trying to reappear every couple months after that.
Yeah.
And so I remember I was kind of starting to see this other guy. I wouldn't count that one as a situationship because it never evolved into literally anything. Like, we went on a couple of dates.
And just talking.
Just basically. Talking, yeah. And so my ex-situationship would try to come back and I'd be like, oh, I'm actually kind of starting to talk to a guy already. I'm like, things are going kind of well right now. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he backed off. And then he would message me again like a month or two later. And he opened it up with, how are you and your boyfriend? I'm like, this is a trap. I was like, well.
You know, one of our coworkers does that all the time. Like, whenever I talk to him, he asks, hey, how's you and your boyfriend? Like, knowing I'm actively not dating anybody.
It feels like a setup.
It does. Like, why do I have to defend myself? Because
Right.
it feels like a defense. Like,
right.
I don't have to tell you this is a privilege. Why are you putting it like a demand? Like, tell me about your dating life. Like, bro,
Yeah.
like, calm down.
Like,
I'm
chill.
not doing that. Like, okay. Don't do that. Please stop.
Yeah, no. But no, it was 100% a setup because I responded. I was like, I don't have a boyfriend because the guy that I was seeing, it just ended up like sizzling out.
Yeah.
Like we were still friends, but just never went everywhere. Like sometimes I forget that him and I even went on a couple of dates. So
like high school relationships. Like you kind of date, but like do you actually?
Right.
Not your situation, of course, with the long-term boyfriend.
Yeah.
But like in other ones of like, oh, they're cute, we're going out. And you kind of just stare at each other from across the room like,
yep.
Okay, I don't think this is working anymore.
Yeah, no. I don't really know like what happened between me and that guy because we went on a couple of dates together. Like actual dates. Like we went and saw Avengers Infinity War in theater together.
Mm-hmm.
We talked like every single day for like 3 months. But yeah, I don't know. But anyways, after I told my ex-situationship that I was no longer seeing that guy, he immediately tried to be like, oh, well, I miss you. And my response was like, LOL.
Lol.
That's all I said. I just responded back, LOL. And he goes, LOL, what do you mean? Don't you miss me too? And I was like, no. He's like, wait, what do you mean? So then I listed off all of the shitty things that he did to, like, he said to me and did to me when we were together. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then I didn't talk to him again.
Yeah.
For a really long time. Fast forward to my second serious relationship. Him and I had just started dating. Like, he was full on my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
My ex-situationship reaches out again. And it's a message being like, hey, can we meet? I really want us to talk. And I was like,
No?
It's like, I'm hanging out with my boyfriend right now. And I'm like, what do you want to talk about? And he immediately goes, oh, never mind. It's not important. And I think maybe he either wanted to like rekindle what we had. Or he was hoping maybe that I was single and he wanted something serious. Like I'm pretty sure I'm the one that got away for him.
Yeah.
Because he was never willing to commit, but he was always coming back to me. And then once he was ready, it was too late.
Yeah. I don't know how guys could think like we're their backup plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like my ex from last episode, like he tried to reach out several times and was like, I messed up. I miss you. Like, I'm not interested. Like, you messed up. Therefore, we're done.
Right.
Like,
I mean, yeah, JB did the same thing to me when he moved back to Colorado. He was like, I think I still have feelings for you. And I was like, I don't. You broke up with me.
Like, I don't think guys realize, like, once it's over for a woman, it is over.
Yeah.
Like, it's for... and there's always exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, like when you truly give up on somebody, you have given up on somebody.
100%.
Like it baffles me that this has to be said, but like it does. 'Cause, you know.
And what's also funny, this kind of almost ties back into the JB thing, because you know how I said that JB ended up sleeping with his other ex-girlfriend's best friend.
Yeah.
Well, this situationship of mine, I found out at the end of our situationship, and one of the reasons why I called it off is that he was also seeing that same girl on the side.
Oh.
So he was, and I was told by another friend, he being like, yeah, but he's telling her that maybe a relationship someday, that maybe he could see it becoming serious. And I was like, hold on. He's telling me those exact same words.
The verbiage doesn't change, and they
Yeah.
think we don't talk, you know?
Right.
Like, girls, we talk
Oh, no,
so much.
I didn't
you know?
talk to her.
You don't have to talk to her.
But
It
like from other
travels.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just, absolutely baffled me that he expected me to not be upset about that. And it's like, you were saying the exact same thing to me, to another girl. And also, could we talk about how the same girl was going after two of the same guys?
She had a vendetta against you.
I don't know if it was something personal or what, but I'm like, girly pop, what are you doing?
Oh,
it's just all shady. But
okay.
And then fast forward. Gosh, this one, okay, I'm almost done with this one, I promise.
You're good.
Fast forward, like 4 or 5 years later, my last relationship and I, like serious relationship, we were broken up. We've been broken up for a couple of months. And who sends me a message?
Weasels their way through.
My ex-situationship from college. And he like genuinely apologizes. He's like, I'm really sorry. Like I recognize that I really treated you poorly. And it felt like a real genuine apology. And I was like, you know what, dude, that was such a long time ago. I like never think about it anymore. Whatever. Water under the bridge.
Yeah.
Like it is what it is. And then I had a moment in my mind where I was like, oh, okay, well maybe this could be something now. Because we would talk like off and on again for a little bit. But it was just like a friendly thing. And then he asked to add me on Snapchat. And I was like, okay, you haven't changed.
Yeah.
So then I stopped talking to him and I have not heard from him since. But he lives out east, so it wouldn't have worked out anyways.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are those situationships.
Those situationships. I think I was probably a lot closer to multiple more situationships, like growing up, like in high school, going into college.
Yeah.
Before first AW boyfriend. But I, first off, oblivious as hell, you know? So you could be like, oh, you're gorgeous today. I'll be like, oh, thank you. And move on with my day, not even think about it. And I'm like, I tell the guys I'd be interested in. I'm like, you had to tell me, stupid, plain as day, that you're into me because I will not get it. Like, I did this with this one guy where I called him up because I wasn't feeling good and I needed to go to the ER and I was living in Colorado Springs at the time. So I call him up. I'm like, hey, could you drive me to my car? It's in this farther back parking lot at UCCS. That's where I was going to. And I just need someone to drop me off my car so I could go to the ER. And he's like, oh, yeah, for sure. And then on the drive over, I'm like, you literally had to tell me if you're interested. And I didn't look at him when I said that, but I was like, hopefully, it was clear as day what was going on. And he didn't give me any definitive reactions. And I'm like, okay, probably not.
Yeah.
And then, years later, how I am now, I'm like, oh, no, he definitely was interested.
Yeah. I feel like high school is very different.
Yeah.
Compared to, adult situationships. Would you, necessarily consider high school, romantic relationships as situationships?
50-50.
50-50? It might depend, yeah.
Because, so the other two potential situationships that never came to fruition was also me telling two different guys at two completely different times in my life, you had to tell me if you're into me. And they would show me, but they would never tell me.
That's such a guy thing.
And I'm like, I literally said you had to tell me. And so one time I posted on Facebook, I'm so lonely.
You were that girl.
I was that girl. And you know who? Two guys at the same time slid into my DMs fast.
Of course. I could make you not lonely.
I know. And I'm like, ooh, not you. I had standards. They weren't it.
They weren't it. They didn't meet the standard.
Mostly because scrawny. I can't
Fair.
do scrawny. I don't know why I've still not learned that lesson based off the last relationship. I can't do scrawny.
Yeah.
My bad.
Fair. Oopsies.
Oopsies. Okay. One more question for you, though.
Okay.
Would you have, if the opportunity presented itself, would you have unsituated your situationships?
I think at the time, yes.
Yes.
With that one.
Okay.
Because I did get to a point where I did like him. And, we'd been talking for a long time.
Yeah.
So I think at the time, yes. Looking back at it now, though, like, now that I'm all mature.
Oh, so mature.
I don't think that relationship would have worked.
Yeah.
Because we were both two very different places. Like, he had different priorities. I had different priorities. I just don't think it would have worked out, you know? But at the time, I think, yeah, if he asked me to be his girlfriend, I would have been like, absolutely, I'm going to be your girlfriend. But yeah, I don't think it would have worked. I don't think it would have lasted very long.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you have dated any of those guys?
Any of those guys? One that I told to the car ride to my car, yes, 100%. The other two that slid into my DMs, no.
No, fair.
They were crushes. Like 90% of the guys I do meet are a crush, even for a blimp of time.
Yeah.
And that's just because that's how boy crazy I am,
That's fair.
And like, if it lasts more than 24 hours, then it's like, okay, this is an actual crush. But sometimes a guy just, the light just gleams off him perfectly. And I'm like, what if?
You with every biker that we come across.
Oh, fuck me.
Girly pop, you do not even know what they look like.
But like the helmets, the mystery, it's like a mystery box. I want to open the mystery box to find what's inside.
The mystery box. I love that. I guarantee you most of those mystery boxes are incredibly disappointing.
And insecure.
Absolutely.
But you never know the prize inside.
That's true. You touched on something that I feel like goes with the thing that I'm looking for most in relationships.
Yeah.
Communication. Just tell me if you like me. But they didn't tell you. Oh.
As a friend, sorry, I'm straight.
Damn it. It's okay. Me too.
Freaking hell.
But yeah, no, you're like, just tell me if you like me. And then they wouldn't directly tell you. They would just show you. It's like, why is communication so hard?
Because they showed you. You need to figure out the puzzle pieces yourself.
Women are so complicated.
I know. I wish there was a manual. Literally, give us food and attention. We're good.
Literally, that's all I'm asking for.
And then after a while, then you could get freaky. Like, respect first, freaky later. Okay, depending on the situation.
Listen, okay, yeah, respect first, yes.
Respect first.
I have standards.
You do. You actually do.
I think I do. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about... This kind of goes into this topic for later on, but I kind of, like, it's a perfect situationship topic of 4th of July.
Oh, my God. Well, okay. Which one do I just start?
I say go for it.
Just go for it? Okay.
Sorry, guys. We're going out of order. We're going in the fields.
We're seeing where the wind takes us.
And we're going into 4th of July weekend of 2025.
4th of July weekend. So, 4th of July last year was a Friday night, which perfectly lined up with Friday Fest here in Greeley.
Yeah.
Right?
It was party central on the block.
Yeah. Ari and I were hanging out. This is like one of our first like real hangouts, right?
It was like a full day hangout. Like we met up at like 10 a.m. and we didn't leave each other till like 1 a.m.
Was it around 1 a.m.?
It was pretty damn close.
It was really late.
It was very late.
It was very late. How did that day even start? Like, what was the first thing that we did?
So we went to the Armory.
Yeah.
Because like that, hey, if you guys are in downtown Greeley, just want to say, Downtown Armory is the place to go. We're not sponsored yet, but
But don't worry, we will be.
we will be. But we went to the Armory, and we just existed there, and we're like, okay, let's go to WildWorks because that is our place to go.
Well, and one of the guys that I was kind of starting to see at the time worked at WildWorks.
ED, past tense.
Worked. Yes. Which, more on that later. I'll explain the start of that more because there was more to leading up to the 4th of July weekend with that one. Do I give initials for these ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was CR and EL. Those were their initials.
I'll probably only remember him as E. I hated he. I'm just going to say, put that out now. I hated him. Not hated. I disliked him. And then he started talking to Miranda, and then I hated him.
Oh, okay. So, whatever. He gave you free drinks, too.
That don't matter. He didn't treat you right.
That's
Snap,
true.
crackle, pop.
Snap, crackle, pop. No, that's true. He was kind of... Yeah. No, that wasn't... Hindsight's 20/20, guys. Maybe I shouldn't... I don't want to say invested too much time in him because I truly didn't invest that much time in him. I think I learned too much from my situationship in college to let that drag out for too long.
That and you had me to be the reason of, we'll see.
I had friends back in college being like, I don't know, Miranda. I don't know. And I'd be like, I'm blind.
Okay. Lived experiences plus friendship.
Lived experience plus friendship. But yeah, 4th of July, we started at the Armory. We went to WildWorks.
And we got 1 round of free drinks and 1 round of paid drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from WildWorks, we went to the 4th of July celebration.
Yeah.
Right?
And that place was flowing with
so
alcohol.
So many people. And we got margaritas from somewhere, right?
Yeah. What, some local brewer?
No, it was one of the bars downtown.
It was the Pop-Ups.
One of the restaurants.
Well, you had a margarita. I had a water because
That's right.
I was DD.
You're like, I'm not gonna drink anymore.
And then you were like, hey, look at Cute Guy. And I was like, I had to talk to Cute Guy. Don't know who this guy is. He definitely was not interested. And he was working at that Hatchet House or
he was
the box.
No. It was the Climbing Collective guy.
Was that? That was
the
that
Rockwall
weekend.
Guy. That was that weekend.
That
and
guy
like,
was handsome.
And you're like, he's not that into me. And I'm like, Ari, he didn't even look at me.
Yeah, so we approached him and I was like, I'm interested in the Climbing Collective. What's your name? Oh, it's Ariana. And then we were talking, and then he's like, sorry, what was your name? And turns to you.
Him and Ari talked for like a good 5 minutes before he looked at me.
It was like, not that long.
It had to have been that long.
It was like a solid minute.
No, he talked to you for a long time before he looked at me. He was like, oh, I'm sorry, what's your name? And I'm like, Miranda, the afterthought.
He was handsome.
Yeah. I guess.
We never went to the Climbing Collective.
We never went to the Climbing Collective. But I'm telling you, I think he thought you were pretty.
Maybe if he's still there, hopefully.
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyways, so go to the Climbing Collective, and then I'm like, okay, I need another drink. Oh, because I needed another drink to talk to him.
The confidence boost. That's right.
And so the out-of-the-box people had a drink, and so I bought one, and I realized it was an IPA, and I hate IPAs.
And I think I had a seltzer.
Yeah.
And so we switched.
Yeah. But, like, you took, like, a good gulp of your seltzer, and I barely, did a rim of the IPA, and then we switched, so you had more to drink than I did.
I did have more to drink, which is funny because you were more hungover the next day than I was.
I don't drink like that. I've never drunk like that.
That's fair.
That was the first time I was ever driven home.
I don't drink like that anymore. 4th of July was an exception.
That was fun.
It was fun. But I remember, though, was it when you were talking to the collective guy or before that I saw...
It was after.
CR. It was after.
Yeah, because we saw him in the box.
Well, I saw him... No, we saw him when we first got there.
Yeah.
Because we got our first drinks, and I looked over.
For him.
And I looked over, and I was like, oh, my God, Ari, I kind of know that guy.
And I was like, who? And I was like, ew.
So cute.
Like being muscles for days on top of
so cute.
just very handsome. Like I was into him, but I wasn't gonna sweep onto your turf. You called dibs.
For context, for those who would like to know how I already knew this guy, so disclaimer, at this point, we no longer worked with the same student. He was the pre-probation case manager
of your former student.
Of my former student. And at this point, when I see him, I was like, we're no longer professionally connected. That makes it okay, right?
And I said, get it, girl.
And then he disappeared, though. Yeah. Remember? We're like, oh.
We're like, he's got to be here somewhere.
And I swear like an hour passed though before we saw him again.
Yeah. We saw him inside, like just by like the corner of our eyes, you know, like, I was like, wait, isn't that him? It is him.
It is him. And we watched them go into the box. So we're like, okay, we're going to go into the box. And we strategically sat at a table where him and his buddy were playing beer pong. Mm-hmm. And we're like, we're just sitting here innocently.
We happened to be sitting in the same place. Oh my God, I know you.
I mean, it was kind of cute because they were playing beer pong and he kept looking at me and be like, I'm going to make this next one for you. I'm going to get this ball in the cup next for you. And he missed every single time. And it was really adorable. Honestly, yeah. And then they invited us to play with them, him and his friend.
We got a drink when we were finishing our drinks.
Yeah.
At the time in there.
Yeah.
And then I won beer pong. That was the only time I've ever won beer pong.
Because once again, he kept being like, I'm going to make this next one for you. And he missed every single shot. To be fair, I wasn't that any better.
It's true.
But still.
I single-handedly went against you because my partner was doing crap as well.
He was. But he was still doing better than CR.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, they invited us to go get drinks at the bar next. And I thought that meant that he was going to buy me a drink. Mm-hmm. I ended up having to pay for my own damn drink. And I was like, okay, hold on. Why aren't you buying me a drink? Because you invited me over here for a drink.
Yeah.
So I was a little offended by that, but whatever. So then we have our next beers. Our next round of drinks.
Also, I'm playing Mean Woman this whole time.
Yeah.
Like, best friend of the year over here.
You were doing amazing, keeping his friend company.
Yes. He wasn't, again, the scrawny. I can't do it.
He wasn't bad looking, though.
He wasn't. He was visiting in Greeley because he lived in Colorado Springs. And I was like, this Springs holds so many negative memories. I can't.
Yeah. And then we're sitting at the bar talking. We ended up doing 2 rounds of shots.
2 rounds of shots.
That they ended up paying for us, right?
Yeah. And then I got like another drink.
Yeah.
That I never finished because how many drinks was that? Like 8?
It was so many.
It was so many.
Yeah. And yeah, at that point, none of us are sober. Like the guys aren't sober. Ari and I aren't sober. But we're all talking.
Yeah.
And CR starts like heavily flirting with me. And we're both like, oh, we always thought that like each other was cute, but like we're like, oh, but we can't cross that boundary because professionalism. And then eventually we're both like, well, we don't see the same kid anymore.
Yeah.
We don't work with this kid anymore. We can,
You can do what you want.
We can
You're
do what
adults.
We're adults. And then he started saying things about like, should I just put you in my phone as baby mama? And I was like, oh. No.
But you were also so drunk. We went to the bathroom and she was like, oh my God, Ari, I think he's the one. And I was like, girly pop, no, we need to go home.
But he was so cute.
She's like, I want to eat his face. I was like, just don't sleep with him. And you're like, no, definitely not tonight. I love that was your line that night. It was like, I will not sleep, but eat his face.
I mean, 2 very different things, right?
2 very different things.
But
one cannot lead to the other. Definitely not.
No, it didn't.
Oh my God. So we went to the curb to cool off because I was like, if I sober up, maybe I could drive us home. And we sat on the curb for like 5 minutes, and then Miranda's just like, I really like him. He's so hot. Ari, let me go back in. I will kiss him. And I'm like, Miranda, no. Honey, no. Like, I was holding her back. Like, I was holding you back so
You
much.
were holding me back.
And so I called up my mom. And she's like, the hell? And I'm like, yeah, I can't drive.
That was the night I officially met your mom and your grandma.
My grandma forever thinks you're an alcoholic.
Oh my God. Because of one night.
Well, because, like, so my grandma drove my car home with me, and then my mom dropped you off at her house.
Yeah.
You didn't know where your house was because you were so drunk, and you were like, silly me.
No, okay. No, I knew where we were going.
Yeah.
I had just moved in there, and I was drunk, and it was dark out, and I was like, I think it's up the block a little bit more.
My mom loves you, though. She said she had the funnest time with you.
Another disclaimer, I do not drink like that, like, hardly ever. I feel like you've maybe seen me, that's like, I feel like one of the only times you've really seen me
I've
drunk.
seen you drunk twice.
Yeah.
Like, once a year so far.
Yeah. Like, last year, 2025, I think I got, like, drunk, a total of 2 times.
Yeah.
4th of July, and then in December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't there in December for
You
that
weren't
one.
there for that one. No.
But then you
But
got
then
home.
I got home, and I'm still texting CR while also texting EL.
And current situationship.
Listen.
I just remember you like texting me, Ari, who am I?
I'd never been in a situation where I was talking to more than one guy at a time, okay? It was new and it was exciting.
All within 24 hours
All
of each
within
other.
24 hours. But I'm texting CR because I'm like, I want to see you. And he's like, I want to see you. So he and his friend,
They walk.
they walk from downtown to my house, which is like 20, 30 minutes walk.
It's like 6 blocks, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not horrible. I make that walk all the time.
Yeah.
But they
But
walk from
in the
downtown
middle of the
in
night.
the middle of the night. In CR, they get to my house. I'm sitting on the porch, and they start walking up, and CR turns to his friend and makes him sit on the curb.
Poor thing.
I genuinely felt really bad because at this point, I'm also starting to sober up a bit more.
Yeah.
I remember everything from that night. Also, just so we're aware.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't
We
like,
didn't get blacked out.
I was not blackout drunk.
Nor was I.
So CR and I, well, his poor friend is sitting on the curb.
All cold, walked like
It
6
was okay.
blocks.
It was July. It wasn't cold outside.
I need the world's smallest violin.
So CR and I, we make out on my front porch while his poor friend is right there. And then alarms start going off in my head because CR is like, let's do this. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, relationship. Like, we're a couple now. And I was like,
No.
no, we don't know each other, dude. I was like, take me on a date first,
Mm-hmm.
as I'm like actively making out with him. But he was like, yeah, let's do this. Let's relationship. And I was like, okay, first of all, buddy, we're both drunk.
Also, he's called you baby mama.
And he kept calling me baby mama. And I was
that's
like,
weird.
that's a little weird, buddy.
I don't like that.
Also, did not admit this to him, obviously, but I was already talking to like other people too. And I was like, I have to decide first before I commit to something.
I have to spin the bottle to decide.
like, buddy, no. And so then that ended up not lasting very long. Like, it was like that one night thing. We talked a couple times after that, and like he sent me a text like, what are you looking for? And at that point I was like, I don't really know what I'm looking for, because I was also in my era of finding myself.
Yes.
I was like, I'm getting back into writing and reading, and I'm doing all these fun things downtown. Like, relationship, not a top priority for me at the moment.
Like sub-priority.
Sub-priority.
If it presented itself in the best way possible, then
Yeah.
yes.
And so we ended up not talking for much longer after that because he definitely wanted something serious right off the bat. And I also don't think it would have ever worked because I think he was looking for, like, your traditional housewife.
Yeah.
Like, someone to stay home and take care of the kids. And, like, that is not me.
Didn't you bring up, like, writing a book? And he was like,
Yeah. No, he asked me what is an important quality of mine in a relationship? And I was like, somebody who supports my art. Someone who will show up to all the art shows with me. Someone who will support my writing and, like, who will appreciate me as an artist. And he was just kind of like, oh. And I'm like,
no,
don't, oh. He's like, oh, so that's why you keep saying that. And I'm like, yeah, it's really important to me that I have someone that supports my art. So I don't think it would have worked out because I think he just wanted traditional housewife to stay home and take care of the kids. And that is not me.
No, definitely not. I can't even imagine it, honestly.
I don't even know if I want kids. It's so up in the air. Maybe I'll adopt someday, but, like, I don't know.
Yeah, nothing.
I want to work though. Like, I don't want to just stay home. I want to make my own money.
Yeah, and then you like playing bookstore and stuff. I'm
I
like,
love
you
playing
have
bookstore.
to keep that dream alive.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, that was a wild weekend. And
That
then you're
was.
like, hey, let's hang out the day after.
Yeah.
And then I proceeded to throw up.
Yeah.
We
tried. You tried to eat something, and then you immediately threw it up, and we're like, okay, let's go home. And then EL came over. And we proceeded to make out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then EL and I talked for a couple months after that.
Yeah. So, like, he went through these series. So when he was working at Wellworks, he would actively, like, you would come in, he would see you dressed amazingly, like you usually are. And then all of a sudden, like, a switch would flip and he'd be like, hey, Miranda, how are you? And, like jump on you, basically, over text, look at you. And I'm like, okay. But then the moment he got discontinued from Wellworks, discontinued, he is like, he was in his own situationship, wasn't he?
No, we ended up talking. So the reason why we stopped talking was, like, we'd stopped talking, like, immediately after he was discontinued from Wellworks.
Yeah.
Like, because he basically ghosted me as soon as he got fired.
Thank you for using my verbiage.
You're welcome. I love that. So we started talking, like, at the beginning of summer. But he eventually, like, we ended up talking one night because I was like, hey, you keep disappearing. Because that's what he would do. He would, like, things would be really good, and then I wouldn't hear from him for a couple of weeks at a time.
Yeah.
And then, so I called him out, and I was like, hey, you just keep disappearing. Like, what
the heck, man?
What the heck? I'm like, I'm not necessarily looking for anything serious, but, like, just reassure me that, like, there's not someone else, essentially. And he admitted that he and his ex-girlfriend had just broken up. They were together for, like, 8 years.
And they were still actively living together.
They had dogs. So it was just, like, this incredibly complicated situation. And I was like, that sounds super complicated. And we didn't immediately stop talking after that. Like, he came over a couple more times after that. But then he got fired from Wellworks, and then he just, like, completely disappeared.
Yeah. Well, he gave you, like, you gave him one more shot, basically, because he came in and he's like, I want to hang out with you, and he bought you lunch.
Yeah, he came over just to bring me lunch because we originally had plans to see each other on a Monday. Like, he was going to come over after I got off work and we were going to hang out. But then he had, like, a really rough day, and he texted me. He was like, can we maybe hang out tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah, sure, that's fine. And then he texted me the next day. He's like, I've got so much on my plate today, but I still want to see you. Can I just bring you lunch? And, like, he was, like, actively trying.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I think we're finally in a really good spot, him and me. Like, he's communicating better. He's showing up. And it's not just for whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like, he genuinely wants to see me. And then after that day that he brings me lunch, he kind of falls off the face of the earth again. and we went to Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was working at Weldworks, and like we stopped in because he was like, "Oh, you can stop in and say hi to me." Like a couple days before that, and so we stop in and we sit at a table, and he doesn't even like come over and say hello.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Okay, well, I guess we're leaving." And I text him that night, and I get no response. And then a couple days later is when he finally admits that he got fired from Weldworks. So I don't know if it like happened that night or that weekend. He's like, I'm just not in a good mental space right now. I need to step back. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Whatever. Take all the time you need.
Stepping back was so much more than like a reset. It was, he just straight up ghosted
He just straight up ghosted me. And I ended up texting him again like a couple weeks later just to check in to make sure that he's doing okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've given you some space. If you need anything, I'm like, are you okay? I never got a response.
Yeah.
And
you're such a sweetheart. Oh my gosh. Like I was ready to dump this guy for you. I'm like, let me have him. I was not a fan. But like finally like I dropped like pressing you on it because I knew it was getting to you. And I was like, I knew in time like, you know, he would show up or he wouldn't, and he would make the best decision for you.
Yeah. Well, and my situationship in college, I feel like had been very similar to that, where things would be really good for a short amount of time, and then it would be like silence for weeks. And I was like, I'm literally getting myself back into that exact same situation.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing that anymore.
No.
So then I deleted him off of all social media, and I still to this day have not heard from him.
Yep.
So
good riddance.
Good riddance. Yeah. To this day, though, I kind of have a feeling that maybe him and his girlfriend got back together.
I bet they did.
Like, that would explain why he just, like, completely ghosted me. Because I think maybe they ended up working things out.
Yeah.
Which I almost feel kind of bad for her. Because I'm like, she probably has no idea
that this was going on.
That this was going on in the background. So, I don't know.
Well, like,
men are shady.
They are. And, like, we don't keep everything like too private, but like we're pretty open with a select few people, you know? So if like now it's out like fully in the open.
Yeah.
But to the unknowing eye, it was just like, oh, Miranda and Ari hanging out. In the background, me and you are like fighting our own battles with these situationships.
With these men.
These men. They're not men, they're boys.
True that.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, bestie. I think we need to do a part 2.
Part 2?
Part 2.
Oh, man.
Like, this is because we haven't even gotten to the current situationships.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for listening.
Yeah.
I know it's a little bit shorter of an episode, but I feel like we still have a lot to say.
There's still so much to say. So, part 2.
Part 2. Okay.
Out in a week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.